The other myth is that capacity building is about improving our organizations, and it's not. It's about improving our ability to, for social change. It's about improving the impact that we have on the beneficiaries of all our social services. So that's really important, because you often think we're going to build up the capacity of our organizations, so, you know, those evil funders out there will never take away our money or whatever it is. You want to build up the capacity of your organization so that you can reach your mission and help the people that you started out. If has been mentioned several times today, there are 4 other organizations that also have a piece of the pie. If, for example, you're doing something with homeless youth, and homeless youth, the same people that you're helping in your program, are also somehow in a mental health program, an addictions program, like a housing program, an education program. If you're not talking to all the people that have part of that pie, you know, then we're just focused on our own agency's capacity and not the capacity to better serve the people that are our beneficiaries. So, you know, again, it's, I think, easy to get caught up in sort of the capacity of our own organization. It's really our capacity to deal with any particular social causes that capacity building is all about. There's a whole, Tanya's telling me I'm running out of time here, or not Tanya, I'm sorry, Catherine. So knowing who has a piece of the pie, the multi-sectoral. The thing that I also want to just really, there's, in terms of the elements of capacity building, what I want to talk about is leadership. That the best ideas in the world never get off the launching pad if you don't have leadership. And it can't be the sort of leadership that's a solo flight or Joan of Arc or Robin Hood. It has to be the kind of leadership that empowers the whole workforce to believe in the importance of moving forward together and to have, you know, sort of a shared dream. So, you know, there has to be leadership. The leadership doesn't have to be the one genius that happens to wind up as executive director, that within all of your teams, there are lots of people that have the capacity to be rocket scientists. You know, within our ranks, there are people that have great capacity to be leaders. So how do you unleash their sort of brilliance in coming up with ideas and discovering innovations? And I think that's the whole thing about creating both multi-sectoral groupings and workforces where we make room for everybody to be empowered, you know? That the really good capacity building leaders that I've seen say the same things over and over, and it's not very many things, that they're absolutely consistent in saying to the people that work with them, I'm behind you and I support you in taking full responsibility for getting your job done. That includes, I expect you to make decisions, take initiative. Your decisions are valued. I don't want obedience, especially obedience that doesn't make any sense. We never want a workforce where people are asking for permission in areas that they're totally competent in and capable of managing themselves. We want, as leaders, to be saying to everybody within our organization, we can recover from failures as long as you truly care about the work you are doing. You can count on my support for taking risks and having failures. You know, we talked about the importance of rewarding folks with lots of training, lots of good wages, nice working conditions. But the really huge one is the opportunity to be part of creating the future. You know, so that as leaders, I mean, you never, if you're lucky, you get yourself surrounded by really smart people. You never have to come up with a good idea yourself, because you're going to be so busy affirming the people in your ranks that have those good ideas. I always like the title of Francis's Getting to Maybe book, but, you know, because I'm sort of a little manic, I always had a rule that anybody that comes in with an idea, the answer is always yes. Never mind maybe. It's always yes, because people are smart. And once they start down the track knowing that they're supported, if it's a dumb idea, they won't go very far with it, but you have to at least have the chance. How many times in your life have you come up with an idea for how you can improve something? Somebody says, we tried that 45 years ago, it never worked. You know, you're wasting your time, and we have this other priority over here. Well, what happens? You never come back with another good idea because you know that you're working in a place that values deadbeats. You know, so I think, you know, I just can't say enough about the importance of leadership that really affirms the brilliance of the people that you're surrounded with, and that gives other people lots and lots of chance to take ownership for the change. So there's boring parts of capacity building that are essential to capacity building, but the whole thing is about how do you harness the energy that's a whole community that you move forward and create great big bold social change. So I think Catherine's nodding and smiling in a way that I think I have to stop here. So I think the whole, you know, like final thing about capacity building is just really reaffirming the importance of the social prosperity project, and congratulating you on being part of this and being committed to really moving forward in your community with some pretty big social change. Thank you very much.